Alright, let's look at the homework 1.6, problem number 6. Alright, so we want to evaluate this limit. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, so if you plug in 0, you can see that, let's see, you have a 0 on the bottom and a 0 on the bottom. So we have undefined here and undefined there. In a way, this is approaching infinity, and this is also approaching infinity. So we cannot decide. So what we can do first would be take a common denominator and see what we can get. Alright, so let's do a common denominator. So this is equal to limit as t approaches 0. Right? Then the denominator is going to be, right? So I'm going to just use this as a denominator, a common denominator. So that's t times square root of 1 plus t. Right? So you have 9 here. Right? So since we have to multiply t by square root of 1 plus t, we're going to have to do the same. So it's signs minus. Right? 9. Actually, I should have pulled the 9 out, but that's alright. So you have a square root of 1 plus t. Right? So this is the quotient. And you can see that the denominator goes to 0. And the numerator also goes to 0. So you have a 0 over 0 situation here. So this guy goes to 0. And obviously the denominator goes to 0 as well. Right? So first thing would be, I'm going to just, since you have 9 here, so I'm going to just factor 9 out and put it in front. Right? So in front of the limit. So you would have 9 here, right? So you have a limit as t approaches 0, right? Then you have t times square root of 1 plus t, right? Then you have 1 minus square root of 1 plus t, right? So what we can do is we can multiply top and bottom. The reason is we don't like square root, and we try to get rid of it. So we're going to multiply top and bottom by 1 plus square root of 1 plus t, right? So 1 plus square root of 1 plus t, right? We've seen this trick, right? Since we want to get rid of the square root, we want to square that. But when you have a minus b quantity times a plus b, and you will get a squared minus b squared, right? So we use that to multiply this out. So you're going to have, you still have 9, right, times, then limit, was still trying to evaluate. Right, so here, a minus b times a plus b. So 1 squared would be 1 minus, right? So it's a square root of 1 plus t squared would be 1 plus t with the parenthesis. So you have that. And on the bottom, there's nothing you can really do. So you have t square root of 1 plus t. And then you have a 1 plus square root of 1 plus t. Alright? But you can see that here we can cancel out. Here's 1 minus 1. You can cancel that out. Right? Then you have a negative t, but there's a t here, so you can cancel those out too. Right? So what's left is negative 1 on top. Alright, so let's write that out first. So I'm going to go down here. 9. Alright, so you have a limit as t approaches 0. Right? So you have a negative 1 on top. Then you have square root of 1 plus t, and 1 plus square root of 1 plus t. Right? Now we can let t goes to 0. Right? So this is going to be equal to, right, -1 on top, so that's has nothing to do with t. So if you plug in t equals 0 here, it's a square root of 1. So it's a square root of 1 is actually 1, so I'm not going to write that. So this is going to be 1, and maybe I'll just do 1 times. Right? So this is 1 plus, this is square root of 1. So it's actually just 2 on the bottom. So it's a -1/2. Right? So that's the limit that we're looking for. Right? So let's type it in. Alright, so the limit, oh actually, sorry about that, I have to go back. I forgot 9 here. So this is actually, let's see, erase that, and this is actually 9, oops, 9 halves. Alright, so let's type it in. Alright, answer we got was -9 halves. Alright, so let's check the answer. Submit for testing. Alright, it came back and looks like we got this one correctly. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.